Hello and welcome to today's video. As you can see, we've got a BC3300 on the workbench today. This is that same one, serial number 1444, that was in the last repair video that I did. And the customer had mentioned that the fan always stayed on, and I was able to go back and watch the video, and sure enough, the fan always stays on. So the first thought is obviously there's a relay that controls the fan. It's actually this relay that's hidden underneath this capacitor that they've bodged on. If we get it in focus here, yeah, there you go. So this little relay underneath here actually controls the fan. This relay actually controls the high voltage section. So this is the high voltage sense, or the DC voltage sense. So when you plug in your battery charger, this relay closes and it connects up this circuit so that it can actually measure it. So it doesn't sit there and drain the battery while it's not plugged in. But this is the relay that we were after down here. That could be bad if your fan is stuck on. However, if you go back and watch another video, the temperature stage, the little temp sensors underneath here, is reporting that it's always 99 degrees Celsius all the time, which is not correct, especially since it's at room temperature. And so if we take this as the temperature sensor, wire comes out over here, plugs into the gate driver board here, and if we measure it, we're reading 2.9 K, which is extremely low for a temperature sensor that's supposed to be reading around 32 K for room temperature. So we know that temperature sensor is bad on this, and it's just a thermistor. And the interesting thing is, typically when they die open circuit. This is the first time I've ever seen one die in this weird state where it's just kind of, it's got a resistance, it's just wrong. So this is another BC3300 that I use for spare parts, and it's serial number 1259. And somebody's gone ahead and modified it and did all kinds of crazy things with it. So it just gets used for spare parts, so, you know, spare MOSFETs, diodes, and things like that can get taken out of this guy. But it has a good temperature sensor on there, so we'll go ahead and just unplug this, if I can do that one-handed. And maybe, if I can get that on the edge. Aha! And you can see this one reads 33.26 K, which is about right, because it's a little bit warm down in the basement right now because we're in the summer. So normally it reads around 32 K at room temperature, and this one's up at 33.2. So the temperature sensor on here is good, and temperature sensor on here is bad, and so it'll be pretty simple. Just remove this guy and transplant it over to here. So I got to pull the bridge rectifier board off. And that should be pretty quick. The hardest part will be routing the temperature probe back through, the cable back through, but see if we can do that without having to disassemble the whole charger. And yeah, so it shouldn't be too bad. So we'll go ahead and swap that out, and hopefully the next video is it up and running and reporting the correct temperature. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.